everyone.
Hi, ladies. Hello, everyone.
Happy
Hello, we
Sunday.
are live.
We are live. Yes.
Yeah.
So, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. Happy Sunday and welcome to our Team Falcon Group Live every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time or 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So, I will be your host tonight, and with us partner here, we will be sharing the basic lifelong learning is the key to success. But before, talking about that, let's just talk about our mission first. So our mission is to educate it and provide valuable insight about the advantage of digital business. So to empower and to inspire people and create a genuine connection to all of you. So welcome everyone. If you're watching us live or the replay later on, please comment below where you are tuning in from, as we are a global business and we would love to know which part of the world you are supporting us from. So yeah, so before we get into our topic for tonight, let us introduce ourselves. I will start. So my name is Tim. I'm originally from Vietnam, but now living in Canada for over 40 years with my husband. I'm an for over 25 years turned into business today. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I'm going to pass on to my business partner. So let's start with Leonida from Bermuda. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Kim. Hello, everyone. Good evening here on my end. Good morning, good afternoon to some parts of the world. Mabuhay. My name is Leonida. I am originally from the Philippines, but living and working here in Bermuda for 17 years now. I am a widow and working as a nanny and also running this digital business on the side as my plan B. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you, Leonida. And now let's go to Sis Resmita. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. So, my name is Rashmita. I'm originally from India. I'm living here in Montreal, Canada for more than now almost 27 years. And by profession, I'm a microbiologist. And I'm also a mom of three daughters and a proud digital mentor. Thank you, Sis Kim.
Thank you, Rasmita. I don't know if it's because of my end or your end, but I hear you speaking very fast. Is that only on my side or Leonida? Can you hear Rasmita properly?
Oh, I think Sis
You're on
Leonida, you
mute.
are muted.
Can you unmute yourself, Leonida?
Uh, okay.
Yeah, we have a technical
Yeah.
problem today.
Are you able to hear Sis Rasmita properly? I hear her talking very, very fast, so I don't know if it's
Yeah,
my
it's
internet
it's
connection.
quite fast.
Really fast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I will slow down.
Can you
Uh,
say something, Rasmita?
okay, go ahead, Sis Rasmita. Introduce yourself,
You
please.
want me to try again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's better. Yeah. Before it
Okay,
was
so
a little bit weird.
yeah, so I'm going to just hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I just like to introduce myself. My name is Rashmita. I'm originally from India and I'm living here in Montreal, Canada with my husband and three daughters. By profession, I'm a microbiologist and I'm also a proud digital mentor. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So let's dive into the topic for tonight. We're going to talk about learning, the lifelong learning. So to me, I'm just going to focus on why learning keeps us relevant in the changing world, like technology, career, business, life. all those are constantly changing and we need to adapt, right? So the world around us is changing so fast. Like technology change, business change, and even the way we do things every day has completely changed as well. So about like we used to watch movies, right? And when we want to watch a movie before, we have to drive to, let's say, Blockbuster, walk into it, and go around and look for VHS or DVD, rent it out, bring it home. So we just have to remember to return it on time. But today, we just have to open Netflix and search for a movie and just start watching it within minutes, right? The same thing goes with music. We used to, buy CDs or then it moved on to MP3s. And then now we just have to simply stream our music from our phone. Um, and the most convenient thing here is also for when we are driving and we're looking for direction, right? We used to carry a map in our car, but now we're maps to tell us exactly where to go and even reroute us when there's traffic. So yeah, so those are the little things that we used to do before, but now because the world is changing, we are also moving along with it, and everything goes so fast now. And even nowadays, some of the workplace has changed too. Require us to be in the office, and a lot of people are now taking the opportunity to, to do work online, to explore the online world to earn extra income for their families too, right? So that's why I really believe that learning isn't something that we just finish when we graduate from school. It's something we have to continue throughout life. And we don't have to become expert in everything, but just staying curious, learning new skills, and just becoming willing to adapt us keep with the changing world instead of just getting left behind, right? And sometimes like learning new skills can open doors to things that we didn't even expect. The world keeps changing whether we are ready or not. So yeah, so that's why we're all here. We are all doing online business because we are a family. So yeah, so that's pretty much for me. Let's go to Sis Leonida. I think you want to talk a little bit about like you're never getting too old to learn something new, and age doesn't really stop us from developing new skills or starting a new chapter. So yeah, share your story.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you, Sis Kim. Yes, a lot of people, I always hear this. They always say they are already old to start something new. But let me share with you a little bit of my story, how I got into this digital business and into this community. I was in my early 60s. I was approaching my 60 years when I realized that my retirement savings is not where I wanted it to be. So I asked myself, will I still be working after 65? I was so scared, guys, because I don't want to see myself still working after my 65th year. So that was my wake up call. So I decided to look for something that I can do so I can build my future while still working full time. Especially, I want to build my retirement fund. Then I discovered this digital online system with training, mentorship, and community support. I was a computer illiterate. I am not ashamed to tell that because I graduated since in the 80s. Yeah, so 40 years ago. We don't have computer subjects during our time in the university. So I don't even know the basics in computer. Besides, I am not a social media person. I don't even know how to do go live. I just post sometime on my Facebook account, but you know, I don't have any background in business. So I was just a teacher. I I've been teaching high school in the Philippines. Then I moved to Bermuda. I became a nanny, and that's it. So when I found out that this system has a step-by-step training and mentorship and support from the community, I took that leap of faith because I want to reinvent myself. I want to change my story. In other words, I want to change my life. So I learned one step at a time. I remember I used to bug my mentor. She lives in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I used to bug her because I don't even know how to do copy pasting. So, but I'm so grateful that she's very, very supportive. And every time I called her, she always answered me, even though she's outside uh, spending time with her little kids. She's always answering me. Hello, Sis Carol. Thank you for joining us here. Yeah. So I've learned a lot from her and also from my coach. And little by little, I found accountability partners here in the community. That's when I was really motivated to slowly come out of my comfort zone. So I can say that if I will compare myself 5 years ago to this present situation, I can say that I have gone a long way. I have developed more self confidence. I was able to learn how to do Go Live, which when I did it very first time, I ran out of words. I don't know what to say. I was shaking and I don't want to see myself. After the live, I don't want to watch my video. So, guys, based on my experience, we are never too old to learn something new. As long as we have that mindset, the right mindset to be adaptable to learning something new, then everything could be learned. See, if I didn't take the chance to conquer my fear and take that leap of faith, I would never know what I am capable of doing. See? And besides, they say that if you learn something new, even learning a new language every single day, you are uh, making your brain work and you are going away from getting dementia. I don't know if that is true or not, but I always hear people saying that, which I believe, I think it's true. Because if we will not make our brain work, it is already stagnant there. That is when depression begins. And when people is depressed, they are depressed, that is the beginning of dementia. Yeah. Another thing is that learning builds confidence. The more we practice, the more we get the more we become more confident to what we are doing. Because success doesn't happen overnight. even those very successful businessmen here in this world, they experience a lot of failures. They kept on trying until such time that they became very, very successful. So everything that is done consistently, it builds more self-confidence. And that's it for me, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you, Leonida. Sorry about that. I lost my internet, so I dropped and then I just came back. So yeah, so I really agree with you on those two last points. The dementia, because when I came in, I actually think, uh, even though we are old, we are in, like, for yourself, like you're approaching your 60s, and I'm approaching my 50s. One of the reason I came in is not only about making money. Yes, the first reason was making money. You go in, the more you realize that this business is much more than that, right? And we learn a
Yes.
lot of things in here, and we keep our minds very active, right?
Mhm.
Because we learn a lot of new things. From that point on, yes, you build more confidence, and of course, when you activate your mind, your brain more every single day, um, dementia, you have less risk of having dementia, less risk of having Alzheimer. So those are the benefits that people have to see from joining the business, not about making money, right? So we have to see beyond that as well, because there's just so many benefits and advantages of doing business online. So thank you very much for sharing that, Leonida. Now let's
My pleasure.
go to Sis Rasmita. So yeah, if you have the right environment, obviously you have the mentors, you have the whole community, you have book trainings, and even around us can help us with the learning and help us gain more knowledge. So, Sis Rasmita, can you say a little bit about?
Thank you, Sis Kim. So yes, today I'm going to talk about the right environment accelerate growth. That's my topic, and I can relate to that because when I started this business, obviously when we start, as we say, I was not also tech savvy. I was working full time when I started this business, and being a mom of three, it's a lot of challenge that I had a lot of like I was skeptical too. Didn't know that maybe I can make it up because imagine I was not from the business background. I didn't know anything about marketing, so I knew that I had a long way to go. But even after that, I started this business because when I dive into it and I saw that after watching that webinar, the training, after watching all this, it's so important to have success in the business. So just imagine like two people starting the business, the same platform, but their path is different. Like they will have a different growth, success growth in this path because it all depends on how much effort they put in. So that's what we all depends on it because here when I saw that the environment matters, because when we talk about environment, in the beginning, even now, sometimes the family it's hard. Sometimes they will not support you, so you need a community. So when I saw that in this business, we have this amazing community. You can see, I joined with the team Falcon. We are within the business community. We make like a friendship, and we help each other. We brainstorm ideas, and that's the way we grow. So it's an amazing way of having to grow within the business. Like you talking about your environment, people surrounding you. Like if they because imagine I go to work. I used to go to work. There are so many people they are tired. Like we all have the same because we are tired. We are surrounded by negative people, and then doing this business on the side, you can have challenges. Sometimes you can have a self doubt and all that. But because that's why you need to choose. We have community. We talk with each other, and it's going to help you to motivate yourself and do something in your business. Another thing I saw, the second part, as this scheme mentioned, we have a mentor. This is I think this is so important, friends. Whenever you're going to see a lot of ads going on, but choosing the right mentor, who is always there to support you, who align with you, because they already go to the same path. The best thing about this, they already maybe they had a failure, but they're going to share with you so that you don't make the same mistake. And I think that's so important because we have this mastermind. We have when we talk about trainings, we have so many trainings in this business, and you just have to let's say you're in on Facebook, you choose which platform you want to choose, and then you dive into the training, learn. So it's like, you have to do self-learning. You hop into this. The mindset is so important because I was always I had the mindset, like growth mindset. I want to learn and grow. So you're never going to be lacking resources in this platform because we have this training, we have like mastermind, we have so many other trainings within our community. So that's something that helped me when I saw that I'm never going to be left alone. Even though I didn't have that background, I'm going to thrive in this business. So that's something. And another thing is, I never used to not a big fan of reading books, but after joining this business, it showed me the discipline of learning, reading books, learning so many things. And I think that's something that's so important, and I'm teaching my kids at the same time. So that's something that you become from this business. I already mentioned about community. They have a global community. When we talk about global community, when you're stuck, like if I need help, I have this team. I just hop in the chat if I have a question. Somebody from different corner of the world will answer, or we have another team also. My mentor, my coach team. I can ask them questions, and there's so many answers. I'm so I feel blessed that there's so many people that are ready to help me. So here, that's what the thing is. You surround your people with like-minded people. You're always ready to help. Just today, like before doing this live, I didn't join this live since long time, and I was like, one person was late. We help each other, we cheer each other. So that's the way we grow, and I think that's so much important of helping each other, learning from each other's mistake. So that's what I want to say. It all growth depends on your environment. Environment matters. If you are surrounded by a lot of negative people, then you will have start having the negative thoughts, and you will going to find struggle to grow your business. So surround your environment matters. You have to just change your environment. Hang out with people like who are from your own business background, who are people like you who wants to grow, who cheer each other. So that's why I love joining my team Falcon group. Like I have so many other groups. I always try to join whenever I can because I know that I always learn from this group. We help each other, we grow each other. So that's one of the things that make me keep going in this business. So that's the thing, friends. Whoever watching this live, you're never going to be alone. And environment matters. You're going to make a lot of friends. I have made so many friends all over the world, and I have a lot of global friends. I have friends everywhere. So it's not about just earning. It's about trying to together. So I think I covered everything. Thank you, Sis Kim.
Thank you so much, sis, for your sharing. A lot. Oh, Sis Caroline, yes. Thank you very much for watching us live and giving us your support. Yeah. So, back to Nita, thanks so much for sharing your journey. Yeah, basically the right environment is very, very important, right? Like we want to be surrounded by people positive who lift us up so we can gain all that energy and then we can work on our business in the right direction. And when I first joined, actually, I did not know that I have many people who can support me because I thought I just have like a mentor and a coach. That's pretty much it, right? But besides having those two persons, you have the whole community, which is over like 280,000 of people all around the world. And one thing that I really appreciated when I was a newbie, almost like 3 years ago, I was I was stuck on like a technical issue somehow, and I was not able to figure out. Even though I'm a night shift professional, but sometimes you get stuck, right? And then because North America are all sleepy, I'm a night owl. I like to work at night. So most people here in North America are sleeping. So I was like just sending out my issue in our this someone from Australia actually replied to me and gave me a solution. I was so impressed. So from that day on, I know that our community, there's just so many people, very helpful, very supportive, and from all kind of background, all kind of profession, right? And we are here to help each other. There's no business outside that is giving you the support, right? Even though let's say you go and open like a bubble tea or a restaurant, you think that your restaurant, like the neighbor, will tell you like their recipe on how they make the restaurant or bubble tea successful? No way, right? But in this business, everyone is helpful. Everyone is willing to help each other thrive. So that's the beauty of this business. So thanks a lot, Rasmita, for sharing your journey to us. So that's pretty much it for our Go Live topic today. So watching us live or will watch us in the replay later on. And if you're really interested to know more about this business, you can contact any one of us. On the screen, we have our website listed here. So you can put your name, your email address, and then we're just going to send you all the information that you need to be able to get especially sending you the link to a 90 minutes webinar that you can watch, and then you can get a little bit of information about this business and see if this is fit for you or not. Okay. So, anything else, ladies, that you want to add on to our audience today?
I would like to thank Sis Carol for joining us tonight and to other person who is watching us. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone. Thank you for your time, and we will see you again on our next live.
Yes. So our next go live will be on next Sunday. So
Bye.
happy weekend everyone and enjoy the rest of the evening with your family and friends. Bye for now.
Bye.